Hello everybody, welcome to the title decider. Piero Taruffi, he might be behind in the championship, but he is actually in the best position, pole position, but it all depends on what the other drivers who are ahead of him can do. Luigi Villoresi, 2 points ahead of Ascari. He is ahead of Taruffi, sorry. He is in 5th on the grid. If Taruffi was to win this race, Villoresi will have to come second. Ascari, on the other hand, he is quite far back on the grid. I think it's 11th, 12th place. And Ascari just needs to get up and get as many points as possible. Is that going to be possible for him? Well, he needs to make it possible. He's led this championship for most of the season, save for that short period around France when Villoresi took, I think it was Silverstone actually. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there was a short period of just one race where Villoresi took the championship lead. Otherwise, it's been Ascari right from the start. But he's 12th today, so he's got a bit of work to do. But, you know, he's got a Ferrari, and he's one of the quicker Ferrari drivers. So he should be able to get up there and make sure he gets some points. But he's got to watch Villoresi and Taruffi and what they do. Ascari, he needs to finish second to guarantee the World Championship. Remember, it's the or you, I got here first situation. So if Ascari gets to 36 points by finishing second and Villoresi gets to 36 by winning, Ascari would still be champion. And it's the same with Villoresi Taruffi, Ascari Taruffi. So it is an advantageous position to be ahead, but it isn't the be-all and end-all. We'll see how these guys do. Can Villoresi come through? Can Ascari come through? So Taruffi then, he knows his job. His job simply is to win this Italian Grand Prix for the second year in a row. He did it in Germany. Can he do it here? That is his job. And Taruffi is away well. But look at that. Laurent is coming up alongside. And I think Trintignant is missing out a bit there. And Taruffi now got to fight off that other Ferrari. Laurent hasn't been up there very much this season, not in that high in the top two, but Laurent briefly at least takes the lead. But Taruffi and Trintignant now are coming back at him. Can Rogerlaurent hold on to the lead going into turn one? Yes, he can. And Taruffi down into second place. Now this switches championship situation around, and Jeanbehra is off already. He was in 4th. Well, that's one position gained for Luigi Villoresi. He is up in the 4th place. If Taruffi can't get into the lead, then Villoresi only needs to make one more position, but that one more position is up fighting with those two leading Ferraris at the moment, and Trintignant therefore does have a bit of a gap over Villoresi. And that is how things stand at the moment. Looking back for Ascari. Where is Ascari? How has his race started? Still can't find him. What's happened? He's out. That is Ascari there. He is out of the race. So Alberto Ascari, his championship now rests solely in the mercy of what might happen elsewhere. If Taruffi and Villoresi finish up where they are at the minute, there's no way Ascari can win this World Championship. But Ascari, unfortunately, he's had a great season. Looked at the start of the season like he was going to dominate it, but somehow it is all unravelled. And I think once again, when Ascari starts in the pack, he gets caught up in too many incidents, and that has been seen again today. Ascari out of the race, not necessarily out of the championship, but if things stay as they are at the moment, he certainly will be. And Laurent still leading. Can he hold on and win this race? That would be quite a remarkable result for the Belgian. Had some solid podiums, but hasn't looked like the fastest Ferrari driver at any point, really. And here, Taruffi is trying to show that is the case again, because if Piero Taruffi can get back into the lead, it will give him a bit more security up against Luigi Villoresi, and Taruffi is going through. He has got the superior speed there, and through goes Piero Taruffi into the lead, into P1, and this now makes it look very strong. He could be a double world champion, and he would be the first double world champion and only the third year of the World Championship. Laurent was looking to come back there, but in the end has to tuck in behind, runs a little bit wide, has to then tuck in behind Taruffi, and Villoresi is up into 3rd place. So now it's going to get a bit tenser again, because at Villoresi, he's got to pass Laurent and finish second if he's going to win the World Championship. If not, Taruffi would win it, unless Laurent passes Taruffi, and then Villoresi is in World Championship winning position already. We've seen Taruffi been passed and repassed before by Manzon in Germany. I think I said earlier that Taruffi won the German Grand Prix 2 years in a row. He didn't. He lost out to Manzon there this year. But yeah, so we've already seen Taruffi be passed and repassed on one of the tracks he won on last year. So it's not inconceivable that Laurent could get back past him again. We've just got to see how much pace Roger-Laurent has got. At the moment, he is still up behind Piero Taruffi, with Luigi Villoresi sitting down in third place and just trying to maintain that gap over the simcagordinis at the moment. But if he wants to win the World Championship at some point, he is going to have to start pushing towards those leading two, because otherwise this championship is not going Luigi Villoresi's way. Taruffi at the moment still on course to be a double world champion, but there is still so much of the race left to go, and Laurent has made a bit of a mistake there, and that is going to put Villoresi on his tail. Well, this now might change the world championship, because Villoresi has got in the position. He has got the chance surely now to attack Roger-Laurent. It might not come yet, but Villoresi, he will stay cool. He is an experienced campaigner. He knows that he has got time. Piero Taruffi, he knows that he has the gap, but ultimately if Villoresi gets in the second, there will be nothing he can do. And so we'll wait to see how this is going to pan out here in Monza. It's certainly going to be a glorious day for Ferrari at home, one way or another, and it always does seem to be for the Italian teams, because let's be honest, they've dominated the first 3 years of the World Championship, and it looks like continuing next year, I'd say, with Ferrari and Maserati will remain. Fangio should be back, and that's a spin for, is that Trintignant? I think it might be Trintignant. That's the Gordinis really don't have any grip at that corner, do they? So that is a spin, and off he goes, and I think Manzon will now take up the fourth place. But we're going to see now Villoresi starting to turn the wick up on Roger-Laurent. This is for the World Championship. This is for Luigi Villoresi to win the World Championship over Piero Taruffi, who remains in the lead. Roger-Laurent, he isn't in the championship battle, but he could certainly have a big say on where it goes, depending on how strong his defence is against Villoresi. Is an interesting position to be in, isn't it? Does he want to influence the outcome of the World Championship? I think he's just going to race as hard as he can. I think that's the fairest way. But Villoresi certainly has the pace over him, but not the track position yet. Villoresi needs that track position in order to win the World Championship, and he is hunting it down. But Laurent at the moment still holds that second place. I think we've got one lap left to go after this one. But Villoresi now is getting alongside, and he's going to dive for it. Is Villoresi going through? He is. Luigi Villoresi into the lead. Gets a little bit slidey, a little bit widey, but he has managed to hold on to the car. And Luigi Villoresi, he just felt the moment was right to take the gamble. He's done that. He is in the second place. As things stand at the moment, Luigi Villoresi will be world champion, and he will prevent Piero Taruffi from becoming the first double world champion. Well, this has changed things around quite a bit, hasn't it? And Villoresi actually now catching Taruffi. He wants to win this world championship with a victory, I think. And considering that, you know, I think Ascari and Taruffi have been the ones who have gone out and won lots and lots of races and done it with the excitement. Villoresi has racked up a lot of seconds. He's had the odd win here and there, but he has been the one who's just been sensible about it. But ultimately, the sense is winning the biggest race, the most important race, the race for the World Championship. And Villoresi, at the moment, trying to close on Taruffi, but if he can't pass Taruffi, I don't think he'll feel it's worth risking. Mind you, if they were to collide and both go out, Villoresi is sitting ahead of Taruffi. The only thing is that he's not ahead of Ascari. So if Villoresi was to try that and it didn't work out, that would actually give Ascari the World Championship still. We mustn't forget about Alberto Ascari. He might be long out of this race, but he is the guy with the position in the World Championship. As long as one of those top two finish, he won't win it, as long as they finish where they are, or roughly where they are. But yeah, one little mistake, one little collision between these two could still give Ascari the championship. But it certainly looks most likely to be going to Luigi Villoresi. No, I really am tongue twisted. I have been awake 21 hours by this point, so there, really am tongue twisted at the moment. But Luigi Villoresi is still catching up to Piero Taruffi. Will he have a look at trying to win the race? Is it worth the gamble? In Villoresi, I think he decides no, he's a bit too far back in the end anyway. Taruffi wants to make sure that if he's not going to win the championship, he at least wants to win the Italian Grand Prix for a second year in a row. And Piero Taruffi is coming down now to do that, and he is going to win the Italian Grand Prix. But behind him, Luigi Villoresi becomes the world champion of 1952. So Fagioli, Italian car in the first season of Formula 1. Taruffi, Italian in an Italian car in Formula 1 second season. And now Luigi Villoresi, an Italian in an Italian car, just pinches it from under Piero Taruffi's nose here in Monza this weekend. And Luigi Villoresi is world champion. What a season it's been. Thank you for watching, and please do like and subscribe, because there's plenty more seasons like this to come. And this previous results carry, the finish order grids carrying into the next race. This is ongoing, so it is going to run right through history. We might get some years that turn out to be a bit dull. We might get others like this season that have just been absolutely enthralling. And to be fair, after the first couple of races, I thought it was going to be a bit dull. It was just Ascari 1, Villoresi 2. And then I think from... Did they finish 1-2 in Belgium? I'm trying to remember that. But certainly from France onwards, it started to change. It started to turn around. Yeah, they got 1-2s in Ascari Villoresi order the first 3 races of the year. And then Ascari went out in France, and Villoresi won that race, and it became... It became more interesting from that moment onwards, really, and it has been an absolutely classic season, especially the second half. Really, really good. So, let's have a look at the race standings again. Piero Taruffi wins the race. Luigi Villoresi finishes second, wins the World Championship. Rogerlaurent finishes third. Robertmanzon fourth, the only non-Ferrari in the points today. Rudi Fischer fifth. And look at that, Ferraris that took up 6 of the top 7 positions. So let's have a look at the World Championship standings then. Villoresi on 34, Taruffi also on 34, but Villoresi got there first. He was ahead of Taruffi in the championship, and that brought to bear. That was crucial. Ascari drops to third on 30 points. What a disappointing end to the season, and he's going to have to find the motivation to go again next year. Manzon fourth, Laurent, Trintignant, Fischer, Farina, Behra, and Benetto and Walton. Ferrari win the Constructors, simcagordini, Maserati and frazernash as well. Thank you for watching. Take care.